Many people like the idea of day trading for main or supplemental income, and if you have a business and have a flexible schedule or can just carve out a few hours in your day and are interested in day trading futures, stock, or even Forex, Futures Trading Coach offers a few different options that can help you. You can look over the shoulder and see into the mind of the futures trading methodology via the Trading Alert call room. In the call room, you get live signals telling you exactly where to get in, the direction, and they even help you manage your trade if you need it. You also get market analysis and all of your trading questions answered. If you want to learn to be a consistent trader, Futures Trading Coach also offers a full mentorship academy where traders can learn about the markets, how they work, how to get into trades, and they have 8 proven trading entry signals. But entry signals aren't everything. You also learn everything you need to know about trade management, position sizing, trading psychology, profit taking, targets, market reversals, and much more. The methodology that Futures Trading Coach employs is based off of price action, support and resistance, but also the understanding of who is doing what in the markets, where they're doing it, and how you can take actionable trades with a very high level of consistency. Check out www.futurestradingcoach.com. It's where I learned most of what I know about day trading. They've been around for over 20 years, and the owner, Sam, is a really great person and a great mentor to have on your side. I highly recommend them. You will not be disappointed.
All right, guys, market on open. Market on open coming up here. S&P is up about 26. Again, we're off the all-time highs, but again, vaccine's going to start rolling out. They're saying it's in the truck, so going to be delivered on its way. So we'll see what's happening here. NQ up as well. NQ is up as well. So even if buyers want to take it up, they may want to let this thing come down a little bit and get a better price and buy a little bit lower. I don't see anything really juicy in gold. Gold is probably going up. Probably going up. But we should have really been in from lower. So we're going to skip the gold going into the open here. And then see what these indexes are going to do. Any questions, guys? Just type it in the chat. Any questions? Type it in the chat. Type in the chat. Okay. And we are open, everybody. We are open. So like I said, even if they want to take it up here, they may let it drop a little bit down to 76s, 75s, if they really want to. And then we really need to see how serious they are about taking it down. If we do get to 73.25, we'll have a power play short. Just keep in mind that'll be a market on open trade. And you guys who are guest watching, you can certainly sign up for our trial if you want to. We have training videos on our site so that you can, of course, get a little bit more familiar with the lingo and all that stuff. But they're just, we're expecting this volatility at the open here. See which way they're going to go with this thing, especially on a Monday. NASDAQ, they could take it up to the 70s. And again, we'll see if we can maybe get long for that. Just don't want to do anything too aggressive right at the start of the market here. And like I said, any questions, just let me know. If they take this thing up in the NQ and you want an aggressive short, we can short as low as 70. I'd like to get long for that at some point, but I just can't do it right now at the open. So depending on what they do here, if they pull back, if they don't get below the 40s, and if they get back above there, we may be able to buy and potentially make some profits. But for right now, if they shoot up, just because it's the open, we need to, a little bit more conservatively, 73, 74, but 70, anywhere north of 70, you can get in and get yourself into a free trade. Takes profits along the way like we normally do. If they come down, we'll see about shorts. We'll see about shorts. Like I said, in the ES, if they do get below 75, we'll have a short at 73.50. $73.25, I'm sorry, will be the trigger. But they're just deciding, which way are they going to go now? 73.25 in the ES will be a power play short if they hold here and go up. We'll see if we can get into the NQ or either long or short up here. Can't do anything right now long in the NASDAQ. Nothing right now long in the NASDAQ. Because this is market on open, they're deciding what they want to do. In fact, I don't really like the longs at all now for the short term, so we're going to have to see if they're going to pop it up there for now and short up higher. Or, like I said, if it fails in the ES, we'll be able to short lower. It will be a power play short in the ES or an exhaustion trade on the NASDAQ short at 70.72. Okay. All right, get ready to short, guys. If you want to short the NQ, get yourself in a free trade on any pullback. Get yourself into a free trade. And we'll see if they can hold this. Last candle of market on open. Last candle of market on open. Make sure you move your stop down. And if it goes up, then we'll get in higher if need be. Everybody should have a free trade. Last candle of market on open. Yeah, like I said, I would have loved to get long for that, but just at the open a little bit too aggressive. We'll see if we can hit it up higher. Need be. This is just the open here, guys. The first three candles of the morning, so off the vaccine news. Market on open is over now. And now we may be able to buy off those 70s if it comes down there, but I don't know if we're going to get a I don't know if we're going to get a pullback like that. They may just take it right up to the next level. We'll have to see what the heck they're going to do here. We may be able to buy, but it's going to have to come down a little bit lower. So maybe after the next candle. I don't want to short it up here unless it goes higher, but again. Yes. We will potentially buy the NASDAQ if it comes lower. Or short it up higher. I just don't know. It's just been up, 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 up. We'll see what they're going to do here in the next candle or two. This is going to be key. Either they're going to go up to the 10-15 area or they're going to pull it back, and then we could potentially buy. They seem gung-ho to get up higher, but we'll see. I would have bought the 50s, but it was just a little too friggin' like right at the open. Usually we don't take them that aggressive like that. Well, because of the virus rollout, they just, the market's excited, I mean, the vaccine, not the virus. So like I said, they do want to go higher. Just a matter of, are they going to pull back enough to where we can get long? We're going to find out here probably in the next, maybe the next candle they go, but they don't seem like they want to really pull back that much, but we'll find out here in the next couple candles. Otherwise, they're just going to go up and we can, yeah, this will be interesting here. It's a risk on today, risk on. I figured that gold was going up. We may be able to do something short in the gold. Now on this NASDAQ, if you want to go 12 short, you have to get into a free trade. If it goes up there, you have to, any kind of pullback, you have to get into a free trade, and we'll just see if it's going to bounce around there and come down from there. It's risk on with this friggin' in the gold. Potentially we have something in the gold in a little bit. You have to see how serious they are. I mean, they brought it up to almost positive. Trying to keep it negative. We'll see what they do there. Okay, so we're going into 10. We'll see what happens here when this candle closes in the NASDAQ. They didn't quite get to where they really need to be, so they're probably going to try one more push. Question is, they just went up so high that we're going to have to let them come back a little bit and see where they're going to go. Or at least wait for this candle to see how serious they are about taking it down. this is going to push up one more time, but got to see if they're going to test a little bit lower because they went really high. I don't want to buy all the way up here up 124. So I want to see if this is going to try to come back a little bit here. Or if it holds here, we might get long, but I don't, they seem like they're in a rush. Gold. Yeah, gold we may be able to do something short on, but not quite ripe yet. Not quite ready. Crude went all the way down. Minute 40. Okay. Minute 20. So let's see where if this thing pushes down one more time. If you want to try long, 75.50, and you'd have to add. Okay, it's 65.50. If it came back down there, I don't think it would. If it holds here in the next minute, I think they're going to try to push it down. So try to grab it long, around 75. If it holds here, we may be able to get in because they're probably going to push one time here, but just up in the stratosphere here. Got 37 seconds left to go in the candle. All right, you're going to have to just get long. Okay, you're going to have to just get long here. Get into a free trade and see if they can maybe take it to the 05s. I do have higher levels. This may be a little bit. We can hit it lower again. It's just a pain in the ass. Should have hit that one right at the open. See if they can rotate this and push it up. They want to go higher. Long the NASDAQ, everybody. Long the NASDAQ. Get into a free trade. Okay. Got 10, 12 ticks. Get into a free trade so you can't lose. Here you go. See if they can get up to the 05s. And then, like I said, we got 10, 12s, and then, I got higher levels. I got 26, but this is either where it's going to be a retest and a failure. Long the NQ. Who's long the NQ? Long the NQ. And we'll see, how serious they are about going higher. Long the NQ, everybody. Long the NQ. Here we go. This could be a retest of the 06s, but they really want to go up to around 12, 13s. And then if they get to 1875, we could see 26s. But long the NQ, everybody. Who's long the NQ? Like I said, try to get it lower. If they hold there, we're just going to get in because there we go. There's the 12s. So now they're going to have a decision to make. Are they going to go to 1875 or and then potentially make it up to the 26s, or are they going to just fail here? Looks like they want to try to go even higher. We're up 143. We'll see. So there's the 12s. Got 80 ticks in the trade so far, but if they don't get to the 18s, that's going to be it. I'm not saying it's going to completely reverse really quick because it's a strong market, and it's going to take a little bit of time if they want to reverse it at this point. But we do have 10 o'clock coming up, so make sure you have profits locked in. Make sure you have the profits locked in that you want to lock in because 10 o'clock is coming. So the key is they got to get to 1875, and if they close above the 10s, you really don't want them coming back. But if you got a runner, you got to give it some wiggle room. Yeah, this is where they're gonna maybe have a problem. But like I said, if they can get up higher, it's. Going higher. Any questions? Let me know. If we can get a pullback in the gold, we may short the gold up here as well. See how high that's going to come up next candle. Got to let that candle close, so we're not going to do anything in the middle of the candle. If you're still long the NQ, like I said, I got 26, and then it could be 43, 25, 26, and then long the NQ, everybody. 26 and then 43. Right there, we have a little bit of trouble, and then it's probably going to go into the 40s if they can get above that circle. So 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We have no major news, just the HFTs, high frequency traders, the bots, all that kind of stuff coming in. So we're going to see what they're going to do there. If it's just a little bit of a pullback because of the 10 o'clock volatility and they're going to go higher, are they going to fail here and come down? We're going to have to see. Any questions? Type them in the chat. If you have any questions about what we do, let me know. Let me know. So yeah, when we were here, it was kind of like, hey man, we'll buy ideally lower, but then when they held there for 4 candles and they gave us that signal, they just weren't coming. They just weren't coming down, and like I said, it didn't hit the target. So I mean, I was expecting it to go to at least 10 to 12, which it didn't do. I mean, even though it went to 9s, it wasn't enough. So they were going to go back up here at some point. It's just a matter, was it from here? Was it from lower? And that's what you got to wait for. You got to wait for your right signal. Like I said, everybody's excited about the vaccine. Some nurse in New York, I guess, just got it. First person in the United States to have gotten it, it looks like. And we'll see what happens. Yes. Yeah, gold didn't come up enough. I wanted gold up a little bit higher. Didn't come up enough. Look at the crude. Yeah, crude just dropped. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just a matter now of, you know, obviously it's risk on today. Was. Now it's a matter of what's going to happen. So I think in the gold, you're going to get a little bit of buying off the 31.5s. They may come down to 30.7. I mean, you'll get a little bit of buying one time. And a lot of people out of the NASDAQ right now, so we'll see if we can maybe get long into gold. Be careful with that because they tried to go positive and couldn't, but all right, 31.5 in the gold. If you want to buy the gold, 31.5. If it pushes down, it's got to come down. Otherwise, we may buy it up higher here, but it's got 2 minutes left in the candle, so that we got to either wait for it to come down or see if it'll push down there one more time here in the gold. Long the gold if it gets to 31.5. It may push through and maybe do a wick down to 30.7. So, if you want to try to grab it there, you can, but I can't promise you it's going all the way down there. I got multiple levels there. So I got a minute left. Got a minute left. Okay. And see if it's going to push a little more. Long the gold. Long the gold. Anywhere between here and get yourself into a free trade. We need it to hold here in 35 seconds, and then maybe we get a push up. Okay. 31.5. If you want to get in after this candle, if it's 31.8, 30, you can do that. It just may wash out a little bit and come back, but we're looking for a green candle here at some point. Yes. Yep. It just depends on how aggressive you want to be. This can still come down to 31.5 or 30.7. They're going to buy it up from here. If you want to be in, I can't tell you to scale in because You know, some people don't have multiple contracts, but this is a good chance it's going to try to go up from here. But it could certainly push down one more time into here. So depending on how aggressive you want to be, you can wait for the 31.5. You can try 30.7 and then see if they'll take it up. Correct. Only a few people still along the NQ. If you are still along the NQ, you know, it looks like it's getting a little tired, but it still could push up one more time. Okay, get ready in the gold, guys. Ready in the gold. Okay. Like I said, either going to try to hold here or come down to the 30.7, but I can't guarantee you it's coming down there. So get yourself into a free trade. 6 ticks to 8 ticks. And then it's just got to hold here and then maybe go up. Long the gold, long the gold. If you have 3 contracts, I'd take a couple off, give it as much room as you can. This could still play around here because this is in the middle of a candle. We still got 35 seconds left to go. So the only thing that concerns me about this is that they tried to take it up and they failed. So they may come up and give us, you know, I mean, they could potentially give us, you know, a couple dollars, but the fact that they failed there might only be like a little bit. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, that's the problem with it. It's just, so if you took the 30.7s, any kind of push up there, just get out. If you were in the 31.5s, you obviously had 8 ticks, 6 to 8, and then you move your stop down. You know, you can't really stay in it. If it gets back above the 31.5, we could buy again, but yeah, I think it will. I think it will. I think it will. So if you took the 30.7s, get out. Just get out. We're going to wait for some strength here, and we're going to buy if it gets up here. Like I said, if you took the 31.5s, you know, you made up to 8, and then you could stick with this, but I don't like the way this is looking right here. So everybody who was in from the 30, who waited for the 30.7, you're able to get out at break even, make a couple ticks. Again, you know, they did some buying off the 31.5. They did some buying here. But now we need them to get a little bit stronger here and prove that they want to at least go up $2, $3, $4. I just don't want to sit in this right now. I don't like it. If you're still in the NQ, great, but a lot of people are not. So, and that's okay because it went a pretty fair distance. So. We need them to get above the 31.5, and I may buy one time off there if they show some strength. But this went down a little bit too lower than I thought, so I don't want to play with it. That's why I said get out. I mean, if you bought the 31.7s, I mean, you could have made 6 or 7 ticks, but it's not worth it right now because, like I said, I was a little bit skeptical because this failed here. So, that doesn't necessarily mean they're taking it all the way down to the bottom, but that was the opportunity where they were really going to try to come in. Otherwise, they're going to come down to the next level, and we can't obviously sit. We're not sitting through that. Obviously, it's too much pain. So, yeah, subscribe to our YouTube. We're going to be, broadcasting some on there. You can obviously check out our website, and you can as well, and you can sign up for the trial, see a little bit more about what we do. Yeah, if you have more than one contract, and it only goes 6 or 8 ticks, and the gold, if you move your stop up, it's going to be a break even, right? So if you took that there, it went up, it made some profits, you move your stop up, so you have really tight risk management. Well, somebody could have made 6 or 8 ticks, of course, but that's, we're not scalping. I mean, it's Mickey Mouse. So, I mean, there's no point. If somebody made a little bit, great. But it's nothing to write home to grandma about. And like I said, this is why I said get out of this. I was expecting it to bounce back up and try to test the 31.5. So, 30.7s were fine, but I wanted to see the price action there to see what was going to happen. Now, if they hold anywhere in here and come back up, we may be able to get long again, but we're going to have to see how that shakes out. And again, any questions, type them in the live chat. We do have a rollover in the crude. Still got a couple days on that. So crude could make it into the 90s. We'll see if there's something we can do long in the crude. And they're probably going to go lower in the gold. Like I said, that's why we're not messing around right now. And again, a lot of people are not in the NASDAQ. We had a beautiful NASDAQ trade right after this green candle closed. Never took any heat. But, it's went so far now. Over 160 ticks. And, people are taking profits along the way. We did have a hard target here, which they're struggling to stay above here. Likely they're going to try to push higher, but again, if you're out, we wait for the next opportunity. So if you got one left, guys, this is, anything north of 43, 44 here, this is not a bad spot. If you're looking for a target, I mean, there's no material. This thing can keep going, but you guys who had a runner left, it's up to you if you want to hold it. You'd have to trail tight anyway. And the target was hit there. So now they got a decision to make. I do have higher targets, into the low 60s, and then, low 60s, and then, mid 80s. I mean, it can keep going if it wants to. Crude or gold ES is, kind of struggling a little bit, but that's usually the case, been the case. But this is not a bad spot if you're looking for to lock in profits. Otherwise, like I said, you'd have to hope that this got above this circle. I do have the low 60s and the mid 80s. You'd have to trail really tightly, at least below this circle from down here. So there's no right or wrong. It's a lot of unrealized P&L if you start getting a couple big red candles here, so. Any questions, let me know. Correct. Yes. Yes. So these are just identified targets. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. It just means that if you're looking for a spot, it's not a bad area. And if it breaks down, then maybe we can do something short. We have to see. We're in an uptrend now, so. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Rita, the trade room, we've been running this for over 5 years now. So you can go to our website. Um, you can sign up. We're not doing this all the time on YouTube. We're just randomly broadcasting it. But if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will get notification when we do. Also, if you go to our website and you go to our Facebook, we're going to be streaming on there as well. If you want to join the room, you can also go to our website, like I said, and join the 10-day free trial. And you get 10 trading days, and then you can subscribe if you want to be in daily. And we're going to be doing other content and stuff like that as well. So, but if you subscribe to the YouTube and you set the notification bell when we do when we do broadcast it, then you'll see it as well. Correct. So the Nasdaq has a little ways to go before it's gonna, really be ready to short. I mean, if they're really in a hurry to go down, we may be able to buy. But likely this is going to hang out around here and then eventually break down, maybe later in the morning, if they break down. It really kind of depends on, like I said, there's a reason why it's strong today. So there's a reason why it's strong. So I don't know if it's selling off all the way, but it could certainly pull back and give us a an opportunity for a counter trend entry. Could certainly do that, and we may get that sooner than later, depending on what happens. Depending on if it plays around between these two circles or if it breaks this circle, we'll have to see. That's going to tell us how serious the market is about pulling back. Yes. Great question. This methodology was developed 23 years ago, and we've been trading it daily. Like I said, every recap video that we've every day the room's ever been open is on our website, so you can check those out. Of course, when you're seeing it live is, obviously better, because there's a lot of goofy people out there, a lot of companies that really don't know what they're doing. So seeing it with your own eyes and ears is the way to go. Yeah. Yeah, so what happens, just to let you know, is when you have a big uptrend like this, you know, and there's a reason for it. It's not just trying to hit a technical level and it's going to fail. There's a reason for it today, because it's like I said, everybody's excited about the vaccines. So yeah, well, if you do the trading room again, there could be a little bit of a delay in the YouTube, but usually we announce the prices out, the the levels and the numbers and everything in enough time. But there's really like no delay in the actual trading room. I can't help the delay in the YouTube because that's just YouTube. It's only a few seconds, but you know, yeah. Correct. And 1030 crude oil. Gold. Let me look at the gold again. So I'm expecting the gold to try to get down to 25. And if it gets below the 25, they may go down to lows. I don't think that that's going to happen uh, within 5 minutes. They're going to try to see here if they can get back above the 31.5s. If they can't, they will try to come lower, and we'll see if we can potentially get short for that. We could potentially, have about 15 ticks, which isn't bad. You take profits and see if it can get below the 15 ticks. It's not horrible, but because if it can, it could go all the way down and make a new low. But they're trying to stop that from happening right now. So I don't want to do anything here in the middle in gold. And again, the ES. If you look at the ES, it's just poo poo. Again, you'd have to take a really aggressive long there. So we may be able to. We may have to see if we can get potentially a counter trend short in the NQ, or like I said, something in the gold. And I'm a looking. I am a looking. Looking. Yeah, I would be willing to try a short in the NQ, but we need to see what's going to happen here. It's just not ready yet. I mean, it needs to either break down further. We could have shorted up there on that target, but I usually don't call reversal trades like that in the room. But we'll see. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it's not ready yet. I mean, they may need to come up here one more time, see if they're going to fail. I'm looking at a potential short. It's aggressive, but you know, the longer it takes, the longer they spend up here and try to get back up to above the circle and fail, the better it is. It may bounce around here between you know, the 35s and the 22s for a second. But we will have a potential something in the NASDAQ potentially if it. I'm not going to. If it goes up here, we're going to short up higher. But if it stays here, we'll be able to short down lower here. But I don't know exactly if we can do it right now. So just stay tuned. You know, they're trying to see, buyers and sellers are trying to see what they can really do here. As far as you know, gold, if gold gets really enthusiastic here, if it gets really enthusiastic, we may buy somewhere around here, but we'll have to see on that. Crude's probably coming down lower. If you want to short crude at 44, you can short crude at 44. See if you can get into a free trade. See if they can dump it. They want to take it down, you know, 25s or, you know, even 15 to 20s, but got to get into a free trade. See if they can take that down. I know not everybody's trading the crude. NASDAQ is still playing around here. So if you, well, so we got to wait on the NASDAQ. I wish we didn't, but next candle, let's see. So here's the thing. If we get to 17 in the NQ, you want to short, it could be good for 20 to 40 ticks before it bounces around. Otherwise, it will, if it gets to the 17s, it's going to probably play around between 17 and 21, 22. If you want to short, let's do 1675, 1675. And, you know, it's a power play. So just so everybody knows who's new or isn't, you know, we're going to be adding 27 if need be, but it's got to print 1675 first. 1675. 1675. And then because we're going counter trend, you have to make sure that you know, we get into a free trade and see if they can take it down. If for some reason they can close below the 10s, then, you know, it may come down. They're just not ready to do that yet. They're just stuck here. You know, they did get, you know, they're kind of at the bottom here. They're trying to hang on for dear life here. So, you know, if they go up, they go up. If they fail and come down, we'll have that short trigger. And let's see what happens there. Indexes are usually a little bit easier for people. Indexes are a little bit easier for people. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not buying here again because, you know, it's just up at the top, and, you know, they can consolidate and go higher if they want to, but they can do it without me for the moment. Let's see what they're going to do here. This is totally normal for that type of price action up there, especially when there's a reason to go up. Get yourself in, on the crude, get yourself into a free trade, 44 on the crude. Free trade on the crude, 44 on the crude. Well, not everybody's trading the crude because it's more money, but get yourself in a free trade on the crude. Told you 25s, potentially 15s if they want to, but should go at least 25. $15 to $20 ticks. Who's short on the crude? Who's short the crude? Who's short the crude? Who is short the crude? Crude oil, 44 short. Crude oil, 44 short. NASDAQ is playing around still, so NASDAQ is going to try to come down now. Going to get to that 1675. But crude is working. You want to hit the NASDAQ, you can hit the NASDAQ. You have to get into a free trade at the NASDAQ because we're way counter trend. Crude is at least with the trend, which is not bad. But like I said, I know not everybody can trade that, so I get it. Yes. Get yourself into a free trade in the NASDAQ. Free trade in the NASDAQ. We need acceleration. Okay, like I told you, it could bounce around between the 23 and the 18. If you got a free trade and come down, you can hit it again. I'm in the crude, so it's got to hit it again. It wants to. Crude Earl, ladies and gentlemen, Crude Earl. A little bit stuck because of the ES. The ES is at a spot where it's going to potentially pause before coming down. So the ES is stuck right here temporarily. They want to try to get lower, but that's also holding up the NQ. So if that NQ triggers, hit it. I'm in the crude. And like I told you, 25s, they could see around between up to 15, 25s to 15s. So because what happened is because the NASDAQ went up a lot more than the ES, relatively speaking, the ES got to a point where buyers were going to come in quicker. So now you have a little bit of buying there, which is also, causing the NASDAQ to, but if you're in both, just get out of the NASDAQ. If you don't want to be, if you're holding a runner in the crude, just get out of the NASDAQ. I mean, don't risk, right around entry here. But if you want to hold it, then that's fine. Okay. Because it should push, it should try to come down some. It's just this, it's waiting for this ES. As soon as this ES can go, then the NASDAQ will come with. Right. It's that big trend. Exactly. Exactly. And there's your 15 on the crude from 44. Okay, from 44. Okay. Now, if it gets below there and we get to 98, 46, 98, or 45.98, then you'll probably see 85 to 80. But that's really, for now, short term, that's, in other words, it could have a retracement or, something like that. Yeah. Yes. Any questions, anybody? Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Let me know. So this crude, you know, it's doing what it needs to do. It's waiting. See why it's stuck there? Because it doesn't have to go any lower right now. It's any questions, guys? Any questions? It's probably gonna come. It's probably gonna come lower, but they're gonna front run this 46 level. So you know, like I said, the ES, they're trying to play around and buy there. So when that got down to that level, first, see, it never went up as high. So its support level came down. It came down to it quicker because it never went up so high. You know. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, like I told you guys before, get out of that NASDAQ. But even if you stayed with it, you would have been able to easily get a break even. And if you want to hit it again, 1675, yeah, we go 1650. Just make sure you get into a free trade. You know, any way you look at it, you know, you got out at NASDAQ around entry here, or, you know, you added and got out for a free trade or for a break even. 20, you know, 3, 22 should have been your break even. And see if you're going to hit it again. Get to 1650. They're front running everything. Got to get to 1650, and just any kind of push down, you got to get into a free trade. This fucking ES, excuse my French, is the same spot, but it should come down. Just got to get into a free trade, guys. Where they're fighting the trend. NASDAQ short 1650. NASDAQ short 1650. Told you between 20 and 40 ticks is where it should go. That's what it's doing right now, but see if it can get down lower. Who's short the NQ? Who's short the NQ? Give me a Y. Give me a Y if you're short the NQ. If not, let me know why. Anthony, Brian, Francis, Karen, Johnny, Elliot, Mid here, Rock, Ryan, Tony, blah, blah, blah. Let me know. Page 1. Yeah. Short the NASDAQ, 1650. Told you 20 to 40 ticks at least. What, 40 plus ticks? Next stop, if they can stay below 18, 19 on a close, will be 98s. And if they get to 98s, they open the door to 90, 95. And then, you know, I got levels down here. So, yes. Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Let me know. Live in the markets, guys. Got a beautiful NASDAQ that went up to 160 ticks, hit our target. The targets were there the whole time. Okay. I gave you guys the levels. Okay. Said we could have even shorted up here a little bit more aggressively, but, you know, we wanted to wait for a little confirmation, which we got. In the meantime, we hit a crude is still working. There's the 85s in crude. I'm out of the crude. 80, 85s, like I told you, if they get to 98, that's a good target in crude. It could go lower, but you're going to have to trail. If you're in the crude, you're going to have to trail. Yes. They're going to try to front run the 500s, but they should dip below the 500s, even if they're going to hold. And like I said, it can keep coming. It can keep coming. Who's short the NQ? Short the NQ, everybody. Short the NQ. Got over 60 ticks in the trade so far and running. 60 ticks in the trade and running. And on the crude, if it's you know, kind of at an area where 70, 63 should go down potentially one more time. I guess they don't have to right now before they come up. They're right at that target. If they push down one more time, 63 to 58, 63 to 58, and we will see what's cooking, what the rock is cooking. Interesting. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, sir. So you see, the crude was stuck there for almost 4 candles, right? And then it's stuck here now because these are targets, okay? And the 73 quarter in the ES worked for 2 points. That I called before. I don't know if anybody took it. I did not. I pulled my order because when it started going up, but that one worked. Everybody heard me call the 72 quarter before. It worked for the minimum a couple points, but I'm not even going to count that because I know a lot of people, I didn't repeat it, so. Yes, yes. And we still got about, about 50 minutes left, so. There's the 98 in the NQ. But it doesn't do us any good, really. Interesting that in the ES gave up half of what it was up almost, and the NASDAQ is still, higher than where it was, at the open. Significantly higher. So it's interesting. Crude did pretty much all it needs to do for the moment. Could go lower. We'll see. Okay. Still got about 45 minutes left. let's see. Now they're going to go up to the friggin' crude did everything it needed to do, guys. Right there at the target. I mean, you know, it made some energy and go back up to flat. Can't really do anything yet with it. Gold. It's kind of just, you know, mulling along since 10-20 hour. Hasn't really been doing too much. NASDAQ wants to at least test the top, make a new high for the day. You know, we're still off all-time highs, but they might want to go up higher. 60s to some mid 60s to 80s. So, and we'll see if we get something up there that we can do. See if we get something that we can do. So this is interesting because as you see here, here's a retest of the target, which could be just a retest or they're going to go higher. It's interesting what, interesting. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's probably going to go. Nuts, 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 nuts. And as you'll see, the crude hit the target and is not really interested in now. If crude got to 20 and you wanted to try to grab it, I don't, on a limit, once it prints 20, 16 to 18, there's a chance, it tests up to 26. If it gets above there, it could go all the way to flat, either 48 or 50, 56. So if you wanted to try a long in the crude, you could do that, assuming it went the next, to the next 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, but before it got to be too late, 1140, 1145, can try that. Pretty much done with crude, I think, right now, but that one could go up if it's going to go. It's just, again, it's against the trend and all that kind of stuff, but we could see, there's really nothing up at the top in the NQ. I'm not buying up here. Yeah, it might go a little higher, but I'm just not buying up here right now. We're going into Europe closing, and we need to see what's going to happen there. Let's see if that crude's going to do anything. This crude's got to do something here quick. Otherwise, we're just gonna mess with that. All right, guys. We need this thing to push up here in the crude. Like I said, it may get up 25, 26. And just get yourself into a free trade. If it closes above 30, there's a chance it gets up to the low to mid 40s or flat. But we want this to push up. Okay. Right here, we got to get into some sort of a free trade. If you're in from 16s, 17s, make sure you get 6 to 8. Okay, and we'll see if they can push up a little bit more. And then we got to make sure we're in a free trade. And it's got a couple candles to see what it's going to do. They're fighting a big trend, see, so. But, right there was the long. See what it makes. And let me know if you're long the crude. Let me know if you're long the crude. Here we go, guys. Who else is long the crude? Like I told you, if the crude got up to 20, you can grab it 16, 17. And, never took more than 4 pennies a heat if you grabbed it at the 16. And we will, I told you it might have a problem, 29.30. If it can sustain above there and hold, it can go up potentially another 25 ticks, but, that's going to have to take some time. So it may take a little bit of time, for that to happen. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Does anybody have any questions about what we do? Any questions? A couple really nice trades today. One in the NASDAQ, a couple in the NASDAQ, one in crude. And we'll see what's cranking. Getting a little bit late now, but right, guys. So we have a little bit of profit built into trade. I told you this 29.30 was going to be big. We were in as low as 16. Again, it's not huge, but 10, 12 pennies is $100, $120 a contract. And it's possible with a runner it can go higher. Like I said, potentially 40 and then potentially 55. Just depends how long. If it takes too long, it's probably coming back down. So they may stop here. I think they may try to push a little higher, but they may go to 40, they may go to 55. If it takes too long to get to 40 or 59, they'll come down and test the lows, but that's going to take a little bit of time. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So I think we're going to call it a morning right now. We had a beautiful crude short here. I called 44. This trade went all the way down, over 60, 70 pennies. That's $700 a contract. Both targets were hit. The low of the day right here. We're long right now. Just made up to about 15. And that was really nice. And then in the NASDAQ, we had a small trade. We shorted here, and it came down. We got into a free trade. It only made about 10, 11 ticks. I said, move your stop down. That would have been a break even or a small trade for somebody. And then here we had our beautiful SPLAY. After the 954 candle, I said, just get long when the candle closes. 92.50, 93, anywhere there, boom. Both targets were hit, and this is the high of the day on here. So we basically called it the low of the day target on the crude, high of the day on the NASDAQ, and we got long for that. That went over 160 ticks to the target, and then we got short on a power play on the 11 o'clock candle. That was at 16.50, and that trade just on the initial push, made 60 ticks, so about 15 points. Does anybody have any questions before we close this up here? Any questions? Let me know. Any questions? Any questions? Beautiful morning. And we will be back at it tomorrow. We will be back at it mañana. Back at it mañana. You guys who are joining us today on the YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell. We will be broadcasting these randomly. If you want to see our room daily, you can go to our trading room, www.futurestradingcoach.com. The link is in the chat. And you can subscribe. You get 10 full days, 25 hours of calls, analysis, questions, everything like that. And then we have a call room you can join, or we also have a full mentorship program should you decide to want to learn the methodology that we provide. So we'll talk a little bit about that methodology here in a moment, and then we'll close it out for the morning. Any questions, type them in. Any questions, type them in. And we will we'll get ready to rock and roll here. 100%, 100%.
Okay, so I want to talk about the full mentorship academy program that we have. Our full training academy program is where you can learn to trade just like we do. Now, this is a very objective versus subjective training methodology. Based on price action, support and resistance, and the understanding of how the markets work, what the normal retail trader is doing versus the high frequency trader, the bots, the algos, and the news markets, we intertwine 8 setups, 4 core and 4 advanced, which we provide various ways via these setups to get you into the market to capture moves and allow you the best chance to profit in the marketplace. Now, this is a proven methodology created and traded well over 2 decades. In fact, the most amazing thing that I still pinch myself to this day over is the fact that the method never changes. The same setups I learned, that's right, the same setups I learned almost 10 years ago when I learned the method from the method creator, Sam Goldberg, is the same method you would learn today. In essence, we're going to make sure that you know everything that I know and what you see being called in this room daily, where we provide the consistency that we do. Now, it takes about 3 to 6 months. Some people a little bit longer to learn the method from end to end. The best part of it is that every session is private. It's one-on-one. So this is not a group. So you get to ask questions one-on-one with the person who created the method and learn every aspect of every setup. You get to learn at a pace that's good for you and at a time that works for you. You will learn exactly how and why futures work. Learn why we do the opposite of what the majority of the other traders do. Setups you're going to learn include the understanding trade, the power play, the S play, the RS play, the death candle trade, the playground trade, the exhaustion trade, the differential analysis trade, the ZL. No stone will be left unturned. Remember, though trading is not just a setup, it's not just a pattern. In order to succeed in trading, you have to have an in-depth understanding of what's going on in the marketplace to capitalize on the opportunities using these setups. But once you get in, you also have to know why you're taking the trade. Why should I be risking the money that I'm risking? You have to know where the market's going, targets, and you have to be able to identify the market when it may reverse, all while managing your trade and keeping your head on straight. This is where the psychology comes in. Now, depending on the market conditions, you can use position sizing and target sizing based on predefined levels, which remain intact throughout the day. Sometimes new levels are even created after the morning sessions begun. Have a goal, have a stretch goal, and trade to that goal. With trading or any business, you have to have a solid plan. Come in with a plan and execute that plan. This is what we teach you in our academy and much, much more. Contact us today if you have any questions and want to learn more. We offer free consultation. We want to know your goals in trading. Everyone's journey is a bit different. Let us be part of that journey. We believe we can really help you be the best trader that you can be. Contact me in the chat. Email me, tmefutures@gmail.com. ThomasMaryEdwardFutures@gmail.com. Fill out the contact form or the customer service form in the portal or on our website and get some more information. Let's get going.